Yo, this is Nick D.
I'm Brie K, and this is Kasari.
You already know what it is, man. It's William Cater.
Yo, this is DJ Lost and Found from the Missing Link podcast.
Hey, what up? It's Miss Hero from Pew Army.
This is Stephen the Levite.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy YP, a.k.a. Young Paul. You know what I mean? Representing the East Coast, New York, Jersey, stand up.
And you're tuned into the That's Not
Christian Podcast. Woo!
Yeah, we back. What up, y'all? It's your boy Switch. I'm here with your man Jimmy. I'm here with your boy Jay. And what's going on, fellas? We back. No Ant.
We back. No Ant. Ant's busy, man. He deserves a day off to celebrate his queen. Shout out to her.
Okay. It's his wife's birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy born day. You know what I mean? To all you pagans that celebrate birthdays. I'm just kidding.
Ain't your birthday coming up?
Yeah, my wife's birthday's coming up.
And your anniversary too, no?
Nah, anniversary's a day after Christmas.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, so that's coming up.
Yeah. Man, no, well, like in a month, you know what I'm saying?
And your birthday's when?
22
Thanksgiving
years.
week?
Yeah. Dang, it's crazy. Next week is Thanksgiving, bro. That's wild.
November started 2 days ago.
That's what it feels like. That's crazy.
That is wild.
It is crazy.
So
but another year at it.
Chilling, man. We here. We back. Podding.
Pod, yeah, you fellas are back. No, you was here, right? You weren't here, right, Switch?
Yeah,
who wasn't here last week? Who wasn't here last week?
Yeah.
Ant wasn't here last week.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Dang, bro. My memory.
No, he showed up late. Yeah, that's what it was.
You know what it is? I think
he was on the iPhone.
Yeah. He was.
I think we have such a gap. We have such a long gap from when we pod.
Yo, it's weird because like it's still a week, right? We was doing Mondays and I don't know. Now that it's on Wednesdays, and it's my fault, of course. My apologies to everybody. It just seems like Wednesdays. It seems like a longer time frame, right? Like I don't know. It feels that way. I know it's the same 7 days or whatever, but it just
But we always had bonus episodes on Wednesdays, so.
Yeah, but now we don't have any bonus episodes.
Oh, true.
Baby, yo. So for those of you listening, if y'all want us to bring back the bonus episodes, maybe the fellas can go live on Mondays or something without me.
We could go live. We could do some live, some more chop shops. Yeah. Name some guests that y'all like would like for us to interview.
Yeah, tag them.
Word.
Who would you like to interview, man?
Who, me?
Either one of you.
Gosh, I don't know.
We
still have that list on our drive of all the
potential
guests. Yeah, it should be there still.
Who would you like to interview? If like a wish list, Jay.
Lecrae, anybody from 116.
Anybody?
Yeah. Yo, I'll even interview the janitor for the building.
Wow.
Jose?
Yeah, Jose, Martin, Juan, whatever his name is.
Why the janitor gotta be Spanish though? That's what I'm saying.
Bro, in our building.
Come on, bro. You know what it is.
Janitors are Spanish.
You know what it is. Come on. Don't act ready.
Some of them are Spanish.
Most of them are Spanish.
All of them.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I've actually never seen a janitor that's not Spanish.
Well, in Cali, yeah, I guess, but I mean New York, you get all types of people, so I definitely see non-Spanish ones.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's not something that I've ever seen at all. So I'm gonna stick with my bias, my prejudice, and continue to say Jose, Juan.
Marta, Isabela.
What about you, Switch? Who will be on your wish list?
Kanye.
That's a tough one. Do they have
Corey Red?
Huh?
Anybody.
It's
You
just
don't
for a
got to be
chop shop
Christian.
or anything.
Yeah, it don't got to be Christian.
Elon Musk.
Yo, I'll be down for that one.
Now,
Yeah,
you
that
know
would
what
be
I
a
would
great
like to do?
conversation.
What's this
Whoa.
guy's name?
Whoa, pause.
Right.
What's this guy's name? Is it Meet Kev? I would like to interview Meet Kev.
Really? What would you ask him?
I feel like he got a wealth of information.
I feel like it would be
And-
the Me Kev show, not TNC.
That's cool.
You know?
But what would you?
He has such a
Yeah. Okay.
just his journey, you know, his recommendations. Just
He's
tap
gonna tell
into
you to
his
buy real
mindset
estate.
and his brains.
He's gonna
Yeah.
tell you buy real estate
They're
today.
gonna tell you, do you own a house?
Yeah.
And you're gonna be
He's
like,
like,
nah,
why
but
not?
I got a brand new car.
Wow.
It's true. That's what he's gonna say.
Nah, but we could interview him. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I know, but what would you
Facts.
ask him, bro?
I don't know if we get an opportunity to interview him, I'll have the
Hey,
questions
this could be
ready.
the shot right
Yeah.
now. He could be watching this. We could send
your
him.
shot,
We could
shoot
clip
your
this.
shot.
Me, Kev, jump on, kid. I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah, he don't got a couple questions though. He's gonna
Not
have a
yet.
couple questions.
I will compose my
Your questions.
questions.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to have him on and speak to him because he reached a level of quote unquote success, right, at such an early age, and I would like to know beforehand, like what was he doing before he met his wife, before
was a waiter.
all of that stuff. Oh, that's right. He did say that he was waiting.
He's a
at,
waiter. I think it was
Red
like
Robin.
Applebee's or something. Or Red Robin, yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to know how he got into real estate. Like, what was it that, like, where was it that it clicked for him? You know, that real estate was the way to go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
What
a good.
about
That's a good answer.
I would like to interview Seven.
Okay. He's on the list.
And Ray from Grateful Apparel, which we
he's
reached
on the
out
list
to.
too?
He's been just kind of busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
How
like
about you,
know,
Jimmy?
no one.
I'd like to
He's gonna say-
interview. I'd like to interview Bizzle.
Okay.
Bizzle.
I got a lot of questions for him.
Okay.
He's on the list too. He's been on the
Yeah.
list. We reached out to him over a year ago.
Yeah.
But you know, who else is on the list? Reconcile. We got Angie. We scratched. Oh, we
yeah.
scratched out a couple of names off of this list.
Yeah. We
Okay,
got a good amount
okay.
of people. Yeah.
I see it. Yo, you put Chris Williams. Which Chris Williams?
Our friend.
Awkward.
Yeah.
But we already had him on the show.
I know. Well,
he was a
but was on
co-founder.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying
it was more to interview him as a guest, right?
I got you.
wasn't-
Like you really want to get in and ask some real questions, right?
Right.
Like
Which we
growing
did
up
already.
and ministry and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not checked off.
I would like to get Joey Vantes on here.
Okay. I think I had something to do that
Yeah.
day.
You know what, man? If Kanye West and Drake can meet
All
up,
right, we're gonna do
together,
it. We're gonna do it. Let's go into it. What happened?
It's
What
all
happened?
photo
then
ops.
you CHH podcast dudes can have a sit down with Joey Vantes.
Yo, did you see the pictures? Yo, they look like kidnapping pictures, man. They look like dudes is like you know, like when Taliban or somebody got somebody and like, yo, I'm okay, you know.
Yeah.
Send
I
help.
saw a meme that said when you take a picture with your siblings, but y'all been fighting. Like
Yeah,
your mom
that's
makes
what it
you
looked
take
like.
a picture.
That's what it looked like.
But they had video. They were like chilling and partying, right?
Oh, word? I didn't see the video.
Yeah, Drake put it in his stories that he was chilling with Kanye. And they were listening to music. I don't know if they were in the studio. You might get a deluxe album. Who knows?
You know what's funny? When the picture first came out, or started being shared, I don't know why, but I thought it was the fake Drake. That somehow. Like,
yo, I
whoa,
seen
wait a
him doing an
minute.
interview with somebody, and he was saying he got 5 racks for appearances.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Because
so he
people are
was
like-
on.
Go ahead.
He was on Adam 22,
Yeah.
Oh, he was?
and yeah,
Oh
And
Yo,
wow.
Adam,
it
holla at
was
us, man.
interesting.
Come on, man.
Adam was
Huh?
like, you know, how's it been? And he kind of said that he spoke to Drake or someone who's close to Drake. And that Drake said, you know, as long as it ain't negative, then, you know, do your thing, get your bag. You know what I'm saying? Get your money.
He said 5 racks
Really?
for appearances, bro.
And he's getting 5 racks for certain events for appearances because they can't afford the real Drake. So they get the fake Drake.
So
So
they
wait.
get the great value. They get the Walmart version.
So they literally hire him to impersonate Drake, and everybody at this place thinks it's him, like the real Drake. Is that what you're telling
They
me?
might. I
So
mean,
what
think
some
about
people
it.
think that
Everybody in
he's
the
the real
club,
Drake.
yeah, you in the club, everybody's drunk. He's far away in the VIP section, like sectioned off. Nobody could tell.
Oh, wow,
You know?
that's crazy. I gotta listen to that episode.
Yeah, it's interesting because his whole story is like you're a fake celeb. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's interesting because it's like, yo, we live in these times where you can look like someone and make money for looking like someone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's from Canada too. So it's crazy.
Word, I didn't know
Is
that.
he from the 6?
He's from Toronto, I think. Yeah, I think he said
What?
Toronto. Yeah.
That's crazy. He should be. You know how Hollywood has like the impersonators for like Michael Jordan or whatever.
Yeah.
What's that street called with all the stars?
Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah. I wonder if he does that in their version of Canada.
Yo, you know what's
crazy.
funny? You know what's funny that you say that because when you go to Hollywood and you see these impersonators, like they look so bootleg. Like they look so bootleg.
But yo, my
I mean,
stepmom got caught
there's a
one
few of them.
time.
What do you mean?
I think she thought like someone was Vin Diesel. He was dressed up like by the car, like for a Fast and Furious promo, and he looked like Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Who's an impersonator?
And she was like, "Oh, I want to take a picture with him." I'm like, "That's not Vin Diesel."
That's been super unleaded.
Yeah, for real, man.
Yeah, I went to the Hard Rock Cafe over there. I don't remember why, but I went to the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, and I was in the bathroom, and this dude comes out the stall, and it's the Joker, like Heath Ledger, Joker. You know what I'm saying? And he really looked like him. I was like, oh, what's up, man?
Wow. We got a dude out here in New York that does that, but he be crazy, like real crazy. Wow. Yeah, he's gotten arrested.
Oh, he's the Joker for real.
Yeah. Like he literally takes that role personal. It's crazy.
That's what we should get a fake celebrity on the show.
Let's get this dude, the fake Drake.
Mm-hmm. No, why not? You know, you CHH artists get fake shout outs, so we can get
That's
get
true
a fake artist on.
Yo, this dude on one today.
He's chilling right now,
right?
But yeah, man.
Yo, I'm on
Kanye
double
and Drake.
time. Ain't here, so you know what I'm saying. I got to fill in. I got to fill in shoes.
Fill in the
You know what I
void.
mean? I got to represent.
You gotta
for
be
the
extra,
unjabbed,
extra
you know what I'm
back.
saying?
You gotta be extra on that. Huh?
That's facts.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
So
speaking-
you know, like, well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of unvaxxed, I know it's not on the topic, but it came to my mind that New York once again decides that they should run people's lives, and you need to be vaxxed in order to go to Times Square.
Oh, for New Year's, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I saw that.
hear me out. Times Square is not even a building. You're outside.
We outside.
Outside. That's it. Like, I don't know anymore.
Right, in fresh air.
So you're gonna go then, basically?
No, I've never gone. Have you ever gone?
No.
Oh.
I did one in Westchester. Westchester County has one. It's like a
Like a-
bootleg version. It's a
Oh,
not a
really?
bootleg. It's a smaller version. They have the ball drop.
Oh, I
But
didn't know
yeah,
that.
that was too crazy for me. So I can imagine Times Square because that's just like
Yeah,
that crowd is different.
that's a fact.
And everybody, wait, last year didn't they have like people in pods?
Nah, they had like, oh, they did pods.
They were like separated.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
they
was
had, like-
only, it was only healthcare. The heroes, remember?
Oh, now they're zeros.
Yeah, now they're zeros. So, and then they had like these little circles on the street, and then people would just chill there. So,
So are they gonna let people like it was 2 years ago? Like it's gonna be Times Square, Times Square?
I mean, I don't.
It's just a bunch of shatters.
I guess, especially if they're saying only vax people can go. So, yeah,
I don't want to be there. You might catch something.
that's true. You don't catch frostbite.
Nah, not frostbite. Something a little worse.
Yo, did y'all see? I know we talking about rap, but did y'all see that rapper that died, Young Dolph?
Young Dolph, yeah, bro. I just saw that today, man. It's sad when a life is lost, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Condolences to his family. There's a lot of stories circulating, and I think I don't know if it's confirmed, but they said they shut up his grandma's house too.
Whoa.
No.
Okay, so what happened? So let's go back. Let lay it all out. So what happened, to Young Dolph? He went to go buy some cookies. He went to a bakery shop or something like that.
Yeah, he goes to this known spot that's out in Memphis, and he always orders cookies. And the rumor is, right, this is just rumor, I don't know if it's factual, that he went to buy cookies for his mom or something like that. And previously, like, let's back up a little bit, he's been shot at like 100 rounds. Like, he was in a bulletproof truck and he got shot at 100 times.
You got a song about
it. So whoever wanted this guy, they definitely wanted this guy for a long time, and they wanted him dead. And this was in another city, allegedly.
And he's been in shootouts, because I know he got into it with what's your man?
Yo Gotti
out here in LA in Hollywood.
Black youngster, right?
Yeah.
Or that, I think that's how you say his name. I don't be knowing these guys like that. I know but so much, but yeah. So fast forward. So he goes and he rides around in his Lambo, right, which is camouflage,
right?
And so people can know that it's him. You know,
it's him. He's only
obviously he's
going
going
that type of rap on his car, right? That's what I heard live.
And he's going into that store that he loves. You know what I'm saying? So he got shot up. They said they shot him through the window.
Yeah. Someone in the video was saying that he got shot in the head too.
36 years old.
But he shot back.
So they were talking about the grandmother stuff. They were saying that there was a retaliation towards Yo Gotti and Black Youngster, but they saying that
it's unconfirmed.
But that's unconfirmed, and they saying the police said that that's not true. So that's just a rumor that was floating.
Praise God, man, because nobody else needs to die over this. Yeah, sad, man. And he got kids too, right? He got 3 kids? I saw a picture that Chris posted. I think
people were posting pictures like, oh, you guys are only posting the negative pictures. Y'all don't post pictures of him with his family.
But I mean, that's the picture he painted, though, right?
Right.
With his music. You go on his Instagram page. That's the picture he painted. Like, so you can't really.
And you see, that's the thing. Like, I think, because there's certain things that rappers do, right? Like rappers give back, right? Like kind of Al Capone, right? Like Al Capone was like tied into a church, right? Like donating to a church, but yeah, he had all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so people take that and they see the good in someone, right? And they like, oh, he was a good man. He gave back to the community, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you giving back to the people financially, or you're helping out. That's great, but there's still other things that are brewing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's drama. There's still hood beef or whatever it is, and this stuff catches up to you sooner or later. So,
and that's why I don't get, like, all right, so your man, so he survived an attempt, right? 100 rounds or whatever, because he was in the bulletproof truck. Like, why wasn't this car bulletproof? Why are you going to pick up cookies and in the city where you got beef with people? Like, people really trying. You don't got people for that to go pick up some cookies for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. Like, when I came to the Lord, I disassociated myself with everything, bro. I don't care how good the cookies, the pupusas, the tacos, whatever it is. Like, I'm not going to that side of town, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm living a different lifestyle, and I know what the consequences of that is. You know what it is. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy, man, and it's sad too because he leaves behind kids,
wife and kids, right?
Yeah, who aren't gonna grow up with their father, man. It's sad. 36 is still young, man.
I'm 36, so
it's
crazy.
That's like you're not seeing your kids graduate junior high, high school, college, get married. You know what I mean? All of that. Like, that's sad. So our condolences go out to the family, man.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. And I don't
actually,
think we're gonna learn.
You said what?
I don't think we're gonna learn anything. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the hood and putting our differences to the side, and you know what I'm saying? Stuff just runs deep for some people, and they don't want to let go of it.
Right. Yeah, definitely. It takes. There's two sides, right? Because you kind of like this whole Kanye and Drake, right? Like, they had to put aside the differences that they had, everything that they said about each other, all the disrespectful stuff, so that they can move forward for a bigger agenda, right?
Right.
For peace,
right.
And some people just,
because they don't want to disrespect Jay Prince.
right. I think it's probably more of that than anything, right? It's probably more of that.
I'm gonna say this: Jay Prince told Drake not to respond to Pusha T.
Yeah.
After being brutally disrespected. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What rapper?
What's Pusha T thinking right now? You know what's Pusha T thinking right now? Like, dang, bro, like, I got into some beef because of you, and now you all buddy with this dude in the VIP. You know what I mean? Y'all hugging and everything on the gram. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, hopefully they piece up their stuff, man.
Hopefully.
And that's so interesting because, right, like, Pusha T got Kanye, and then he has his brother, No Malice, who's a believer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if, like, there's been, like, if No Malice and Kanye have chilled and
I'm sure they
maybe
have
dialogued and
I'm sure they
discussed the Bible, and
I'm pretty confident they have.
Man. So yeah, that's just very interesting, man. But that's what it is. Rappers have been wilding out this week, man.
Yo, your man, the baby, was wilding this week. Speaking of rappers, yo, that wasn't on the topics, was it? But we're gonna go into it.
Yeah, it was actually.
Okay.
Yeah, the baby allegedly kicks out his baby mama.
What do you mean allegedly? He called the cops on her, baby. Bro. He put her out. He called the cops on her. Had the cops come get her. Like, yo, come get your girl, man. She wilding.
So is it him actually kicking out the baby, or is it because when you kick out the mother obviously wants to take the child with her, right? Because she always gets, like, right, the priority. So is it technically him kicking the baby out, or is it more like, yo, I don't want her in my house?
That whole story is like, it don't make sense, bro.
Yeah,
like it don't make sense at all, because she said that he's never around, right? That he's never around. I guess he's been on tour promoting music, whatever. He ain't around, right? But then in the same token, she said that she cooked for him and she was sleeping. Right. So was he there? Was he not there? Because she said, all right, so what happened is she went live, right? Danny Lee, or is it Lay? Whatever it is, Danny Lee. She went live and said, this dude called the cops on me. You know, he's a coward, whatever. He's putting me and my baby out, right? That's what she said on the live. Then the baby was like, he went on live the following or the same day, but just later in the day, right? Like midday or something like that. And he gave his side of the story, right? He was like that she was crazy. She was a jump off, right? She was a side piece. He didn't claim her. And she seemed like that was news to her. Like she was like, what? And then she said that he was never around, right? In the 3 months, but she was staying in his crib, right? So I imagine he was probably promoting his music or whatever, right? And then you know what the crazy thing too is that she said she's been there for 3 months, but then in that live that the baby did, she said that the baby only had 4 outfits. Like how you live? Yeah, she said that.
Her baby, you mean?
Yeah, her baby.
Their baby, I mean their child.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's confusing because of his name, right?
Yeah, it's the baby and then the
yeah. So like, yo, son, like how are you an artist? Right? Because she's an artist, she's got a couple hits. He's an artist, he's got a couple hits, right? He's touring and everything. How's your baby, right? Your child, your newborn, only have 4 outfits? Like if you broke, I get it. You can't afford it, whatever. Maybe you're a minimalist or whatever. But like, dude has on like hundreds of thousands of dollars of jewelry on, but your child only has 4 outfits. Like that just didn't add up to me. Like it just didn't make any sense. And then like, come on, son, like you can't order something off of Amazon or something like that. Like I don't get it. I don't get how she could be in that house for 3 months and the baby only got the infant only has 4 outfits. That just didn't make no sense to me. It was there was a lot going on. Oh, and then she said that they had relations that same day, right? That's what started it. Actually, she said that's what started it because they had relations. And she ordered a plan B, and that's when he got mad. That's her story, right? Allegedly. But I think she just got from what I've seen from some of the outlets, they're saying that they came to get it for like domestic violence or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, which I'm not surprised because you know how Dominicans be, bro. They're violent.
What you mean?
Yo,
nah, you're right though.
Did he say that?
He said, "Nah, you're right though." Nah,
The
you can
ones
say that about anybody.
that are not
really.
washed, the ones that are not washed by the blood of Christ. Yeah, I agree.
That's anybody, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yo, shout out to Jesse. Shout out to LNF. I see ya.
So what did you guys feel about this? I mean, this is like their business, right? But they put it out publicly.
Well, I think he did it to protect himself. Like I think he called the cops. If she did assault him, like it's alleged, right? I think he filmed it or he called the cops to get her out of there because he didn't want to get into any kind of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because if she assaulted him
in hot water.
Yeah, if she assaulted him and he defends her, or he's like, yo, he puts his hands out like, you know, like to push her away and something happens, like he go to jail too. You know what I'm saying? So I think if that's true, that's why he called the cops. And then the following day, I think that he went live to clear it up just to kind of protect himself. You know what I mean? Because he don't want to get into no type of trouble, especially after, like LNF said, you know, he almost got canceled. You know, he almost got canceled because of his comments about you know, the alphabet crew. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so so now imagine the media runs with a story that he's a wife beater. Oh man, that's it. It's over for him. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how I see it from a like PR perspective.
And he's punched the female before, right? Like in an event.
Oh yes, I don't
right?
remember.
Like he was next to a fan, and I think he had scuffled with a female or hit him. Because the female had did something like disrespectful, like either slapped his head. Something happened, and then he turned around and just like two-pieced them, but didn't know that. I guess recognized that it was a female.
Right. It was just a natural reaction.
dude has been in a lot of stuff, right? With his fans too, right? Punching his fans. So there's been some things that he's been involved in. And I mean, but I'm gonna be honest, like you said, like I saw Shorty on the live. She looked like she was ready to swing on him.
She looked
like I'm shocked. I'm shocked she ain't stabbed him right there when he said that she's a side piece.
She
'Cause that was
looked
crazy.
like, yeah, bro. And she said it too. She's like, "Oh, you trying to make me look like I'm the crazy woman." I'm like, "No, you're making yourself look that way." Because she was like, bro, if like anybody, you're in a relationship with anybody, you know, male or female, and they tell you you a side piece, or even they call the cops on you, like, why are you still there? Like, I'm out, bro. I'm out. I'm out. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if I got my own bread. Like, even if I don't got my own bread, man, I go sleep in the park. Like, for real? Like, what?
So you would have left her there and probably went
Yo,
somewhere else,
son,
right?
like this. No, not I'm saying her for her.
Oh,
Right? Because this whole time she thinking like apparently she thought she was like the main one, right? Even though she knew that he was still messing with his baby moms and other girls in where's he from? North Carolina or something
I
like
think
that.
he's from North Carolina, yeah.
Yeah. Like she said that. She said that in the live, right? So she knew all of this. And then the man says, like, you a side piece? Oh no, I'm done. I'm out, bro. Like, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool, peace.
Well, I saw her clench her fist like, when he said that.
Bro, at that
"Oh,
point,
but
it's time to go. Why are we in the live arguing and debating back and forth about you was with me last night and for 3 years and I got videos and this and that and pictures?
But
Who cares?
But come
Who
on, he
cares?
said that he said that to get her mad. He knew that was gonna get under her skin.
Who cares? Like, for real, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like if you tell me, you know what I mean? If like my spouse, my wife tells me like I'm a side piece, bro, I'm out. Like, why are we debating? Wow. Oh, I am? Okay, cool.
I get it, but if you're a female and you're invested into him and you seek him as a provider, right, per se, right? Because she had her own music career as well, right?
She had her own music
I'm
career,
sure
yeah.
she's not as popular as the baby or making as much as the baby.
Nah, she's
From
not.
what I
She's not
know,
as-
I could be wrong.
Mhm.
And he's providing for you. He's providing for the baby, and you know, I'm pretty sure the baby done told her he love her.
Sure.
All that good stuff. I mean, he had a whole child with her. So
That
even
don't
though
mean
he's
you love
saying that,
somebody,
even
though.
though
That
he's
don't mean you love somebody.
no, I
Having a
get it.
child with
But
somebody don't mean.
even though he's saying that he didn't
Right.
treat her that way, you know what I'm saying? Or he wasn't
Right.
acting that way. Like
We don't
dudes that
know.
have a side chick tell you like, oh, I mean, and what dude really tells you like, yo, you a side chick? Oh, like most dudes just be like, yeah,
They play it.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah, you're the only
ready.
one. Yeah, you know what I'm
I'm
saying? You're
not.
the only
Oh
one.
no, they be like,
You on
oh,
my
I'm not
mind all
ready.
the time.
I ain't ready for something serious or whatever it may be. But yeah, man. I mean, he was dogging her out, man.
So why stick around for that? You know what I mean? Like, Shorty ain't got no self-respect. Like, look, he a jerk, right? It is what it is. He a jerk, right? But Shorty don't got no self-respect, man. Like, you gotta love yourself, queen. You know what I mean? Like, you got okay, cool. Hey, I'm out. You know,
Man.
it was nice knowing you. You know,
And that's true. Like he is super disrespectful in his lyrics and his music and towards women. So he says the baby baited her like an abusive woman, manipulated her perfectly.
I agree. Because he
Hella
made her
nasty.
he did make her look crazy. And she fell right into it. Right? Because you know, you
But
don't
she
see
was
him
hurt
acting crazy, huh?
because he's not hurt. She's hurt.
Right. Because he wasn't emotionally invested like she was.
Yeah.
You know?
Or he was, and he just checked out. But yeah, that's done.
Not if he was
From what we see. From what we see, because we see
if what she's saying is true, that he was still smashing his baby moms because he's got another baby moms. He was still smashing her. He was still smashing girls from around the way, right? Because that's what she alleged. If that's true, then he was never emotionally invested.
But I'll say this. We done seen Fabulous with Emily. We done seen situations where people have things, right? And they live a public lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets caught on camera, and they go
Right.
live and all this stuff, and then the next week they
Knocked the whole tooth out.
back into that whole toxic relationship.
And that's why I said in the chat that I think her brother is dumb for that, for what he did. Because
so let's mention that, because after the baby did this to Danny Leah, right, or however you say her name, her brother wrote a post saying, "Yo, I want to smoke with you. I want to run the fade with you. Basically, I want to fight you."
Right.
And you said in the chat, and I said, "Yo, I get it. Like, if that was my sister,
I get it too.
My daughter, someone that's family, you're gonna have to come see me. Maybe not fight, but I'm gonna have some words for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now you saying you had said, yo, he overstepped his boundaries.
Yeah, because like you pointed out, you know what I mean? Tomorrow he calls her up and is like, yo, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I was tripping, whatever. You know, I love you. Whatever. They're gonna be back together. And then the brother looked crazy. And the truth of the matter is that the baby, the rapper, didn't disrespect her as far as like call her out her name. He didn't put his hands on her or anything like that. From what we know is that he called the cops on her to put her out. Aside from that, like, it's all speculation from that. You know what I mean? Like, so is that really like something worth running a fade for? Because you know, the man decided like, yo, you know what? This ain't working out. This ain't for me. Yo, you got to bounce, shorty. You want to run a fade over that? Like, you know, and like I said before, you know, there's no telling if tomorrow, next week, next month they're gonna be back together, and then what? You know, then you look like Pusha T.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree. But if that was your sister, or your family member,
listen, I would tell my sister.
You would be like, yo, this guy's a jerk.
Come on, son. Yes,
you're gonna have to come see me.
No. I would have told. No. You don't know me, son. You know what I would tell my sister. You know what I would tell my sister. You know what I would tell your
sister instead. Like,
you said what?
No, he said you would tell her she's dumb.
I would
tell her, yo, you're a boba. You're a boba.
Yes,
seriously.
3 years ago, I would have told her. 3 years ago, I would have told. Did I tell you?
Yep.
Did I tell you not to mess with him? Didn't I tell you?
Right.
Didn't I
How
tell you
many
he's
times?
this type of dude? Yeah. How many times did I tell you?
How many times?
How many times you catch him with his baby moms and these side pieces and this and that? And I told you don't mess with him. How many
Get it
times?
through your head.
Right.
Okay.
You wouldn't have been in this situation. First of all, you wouldn't be in this situation if you weren't messing with him. Number two, you wouldn't have been in this situation if you wouldn't have let him hit it raw. Like, you got yourself in this position. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't go that far, but
no, I would because
all right.
because I mean, look, kids are a blessing and everything. You know what I mean? Like, but you got yourself in this position.
With this
now go get that child support.
You made now go get that
6
bag.
figures tied.
You know what I'm saying?
What did Worst Place say? He said he's gonna find a cheating woman or something that the 6-figure tithe, something like that. I forget what
Words Play said that.
Yeah.
So
I know,
all right, but if he had
18 years.
So if it was a physical disrespect, then obviously it'd be a different situation.
That's different.
Or if he was
Absolutely.
verbally threatening her, then that'll be a different story.
Oh, I mean, you don't think that he didn't verbally threaten her somehow, some way?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't think so. Facts.
Now I'm gonna say this. I kind of agree with
My God.
I kind of agree with Jimmy, because sort of, but like, there was this friend of mine, and him and this girl, they broke up or whatever,
Right.
and he was like, yo, block her, right? And I'm like, in my head, I didn't say nothing. I just listened to him. I'm like, yeah, cool. But I never blocked her, because in my mind, I'm like, if y'all get back together and we go hang out and we become buddy and all that, right? We all going
Right.
out. She gonna look at me funny,
Right.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I get it,
Why?
like you my man, because
Yo,
you
and
blocked
then
her.
you go back and
And?
follow, and she see that
Yeah, then you go back and follow, and then you,
And hey,
what do you mean in?
hey, I blocked you. I
So
unfollowed
I didn't
you.
feel. I
Yeah,
didn't
was
feel.
over.
I didn't feel. Listen, I didn't feel comfortable with doing it. Long behold, a year
Just like you
later,
predicted.
whatever, they
Like you
right
predicted.
back together.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's the opposite now because I don't really mess with them too much like that. So now they blocking me instead. They don't want to be around me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's corny. Like yo, it's just like, how do y'all repeat this cycle over and over again?
I don't got I don't
Patience.
got no patience for that, bro. I ain't got no
Agree.
type of energy for that. Like if y'all want to be toxic, keep that over there. I don't want you influencing my marriage. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife about to
Right.
celebrate 22 years. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
Like,
Let's
I
go.
don't
Give it up.
need-
Give it up.
Let's
I don't need none of
go.
that. I don't need none of that on my cipher. You know
You
what
wanna
I
take a
mean? Like, I
shot?
don't need that negative energy. Let's go. I don't need no negative energy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's so unnecessary, man.
I agree.
You know, just positive
agree.
vibes, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Godly vibes.
Facts.
Wow. This dude churchy.
So
today.
let's kind of touch on that because 22 years being married
Right.
is a long time for some people, right?
Sure.
And we've seen many relationships that they didn't last that long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So is there anything that you would say like, yo, I learned from my marriage? Or I'm sure there's a lot of things you could say, but
Yeah.
is there anything you would give advice to people out there who are listening? Maybe we'll have a whole episode when you guys get closer to your
Right.
anniversary. But like, what would you recommend? Some tips, J tips.
Dad, put me on the spot. Off the top, man, marriage has shown me patience and grace, and not in a bad way, like, oh, my wife is testing my patience and like that. Nah, contrary. Like I feel like God shows me, right? And what I do, like I notice, like I pray, like me and my wife would get, not like, you know, maybe early in our marriage, like my wife would like do something, get on my nerves or something, or we get into a fight or something like that, and I'd be praying like, God, show her heart, you know what I mean, her heart, and then I just feel mad convicted, and I feel like God telling me like, well, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? What was your role? You know what I mean? And just exposing me to me, you know. So prayer has been a big role. And the toughest part for me is has been when I got married, man, I was young in the faith. I was young, period. You know, so I don't think that I was mature. I know I wasn't mature enough, you know what I'm saying? And so I made a lot of mistakes. I had a lot of pride. You know, and I think for anybody who's like looking to get married, and I had a lot of issues too, man. Like I mentioned before, I had like issues with lust and pornography and stuff like that. Like marriage doesn't cure that. It doesn't solve that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like
right.
you still, you think that getting married is gonna take care of all that? Nah, bro. You still got to deal with your mess and, you know, with your sin and all of that, you know. So those are just like a few things, you know, that I would say to men is like, if you're gonna get married, if you find the person you think, put it all out on the table, man. Everything you struggle with, be vulnerable, be transparent. Like I think a lot of times as men, we think that we're supposed to be strong, and we can't show that, you know, we struggle with things, you know, that we have weaknesses. But I think in exposing that, you know, your sin, there's power to overcome that, you know.
Right.
You know, so that's just a few things, man. But
And women are very nurturing too, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
when you voice certain things, you know what's funny is that
she knows what to pray for. Like she's your helper. Like, so how is she gonna help you if she don't know what you're going through?
Right. And you're trying to
gonna say something,
conceal
my
it and
bad. Go
hide it.
ahead. You gonna say something?
No, I'm agreeing with you. But when you said when you had said earlier that I was like God show her heart, and then the Lord to convict me. That remind me of that scripture. I think it's Peter or First Peter or something. And he's like, dealing with the women, right? Like show them love, and a lot of y'all aren't doing that, so that's why your prayers ain't being heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, because y'all not loving your wives like y'all supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's deep. Like, your prayers ain't being heard, homie, because you ain't treating your wife right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You better go and repent, buddy. I think another thing now that I think about it, right, is having godly men around you. I think for the first couple of years in my walk, I was a lone wolf. Just because like the way I came to the faith wasn't like me going to church and and an altar call or nothing like that. It was through a book. My wife read a book. It was one of those crazy Pentecostal books. I read it. It scared the hell out of me. You know what I mean? And I knew God was calling me, but I was running. And I ended up in you know what I mean, in the belly of the whale. Just crying out to the Lord, like, save me. And so from then I didn't plug into a church. I was kind of just church hopping. And so because I didn't plug in with other men, I think it made the road a lot harder for me, and it wasn't until like later on, I'm talking like maybe close to 7-10 years, that I really plugged into a church and got with brothers and became vulnerable and shared, my struggles and everything else. And now, like, I hunger for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love having fellowship with dudes and, talking about like, yo, I'm going through this or whatever. Like, even with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, just talking about what's going on. Leo, just recently, right? I like poured out my heart to you guys. Like, yo, my business is struggling. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a failure, right? And just being able to communicate that, you know what I mean? And not suffer alone, So definitely plug in with a body, man. A body of believers, someone you can fellowship with, you know what I'm saying? And someone who could help you, pray with you, you know what I mean? And you could build with, you know what I mean?
And ask questions. Cause there be times where you be thinking you right. I'll be like, yeah, I'm right. I know I'm right. I'm not backing down from this argument. I'm right.
Yeah.
And then you gotta ask one of your homies or someone
like,
else
nah,
that
you're
thinks
wrong, bro.
differently. He's like, yo, bro, you need to apologize to your wife. You wildin'. You bugging right now.
Jay.
You should have never said that.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying? You should have
remember Jay came in the chat. We was like, nah, bro, you better make that right. That's not what he wanted to hear.
See, but that's good. Those are good tips. Save marriages,
right?
Right.
Absolutely. Because you could hold that in forever. Nah, I'm not gonna apologize. I'm gonna show her, and you go a day, 2 days. It's like
3 years, and then that's it. It's over.
Yeah, bro, that's not cool.
That's so true, man.
Especially when you got children involved too, man. It's like, yo, it's crazy because man, I love chilling with my wife, bro. I love getting in the car, just riding with her, you know what I'm saying? Going to get something to eat, going to protest, you know what I'm saying? Doing all kinds of stuff, I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
That's funny.
That brings me joy right there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
22 years, man.
I can't wait till we having this conversation and y'all celebrating 22,
Jeez.
I got another. Oh, you 22 years of marriage or together?
Yeah. No, marriage.
Marriage, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we got 25 years together.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
All my life.
You older than some of these kids out. You're older than some of these CHH rappers out here.
Facts.
Man. Your marriage is older than them. Man.
Hey, respeta. You know what I'm saying? They better respect the elders. I still got a chacleta, bro.
Son.
I'm sunning these dudes.
Well, that's what's up, man. Shouts out to you and your wife.
I appreciate that, man.
And your beautiful marriage and your children too, man. You tell us a lot about your children, and Yo, your children are hustlers, man. I'll be seeing you be like, yo, my son just copped gold and flipped it or silver. I'm like,
yeah. He
this
actually just
kid.
flipped a coin too. It's crazy. That's funny you say that because he did. He just did.
Yeah, man.
He hit me
cool.
up. He's like, "Yo, can you ship that coin I got in my room?" I was like, I didn't know you had one. I was trying to cop one." Like, I already sold it. I'm like, all right.
That's dope.
Tell him,
funny.
all right, man, let me just get 10% of that. You know what I mean? That's dad tax.
All right.
I gotta show you what the real world's like. Yo, did you know my mom did that to me when I was a kid? She watched Oprah,
Mhm.
and Oprah had this special about teaching your kids how to do chores and to put taxes aside. And so I would do my chores. and
Oprah
like
hating on you, huh?
10 or 20%. It was going to like this piggy bank for taxes.
Yeah, right.
I do the same
I
thing
ain't
right
learned
now.
nothing.
I do the
I
same
ain't
thing
learned
right
nothing.
You
Yeah.
doing
do
it? To your kid?
Yeah.
To your kids?
Yeah.
Let's do big government over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. My mom was trying to teach me something, and you know what? I'm gonna text her about that. I'm like, Mom, you remember when you did this to me? I remember because I was doing chores, and then she'd be like, and I'd be like, Nah, like, why you taking? You told me
Right.
$1. What do you mean I gotta pay 10?
Oh, but she never.
10
Oh,
cents?
she didn't give you the money after, like aside. Or she literally
No,
took
she
it.
would say she'll give me the money and say you have. No, she'll show me like, okay, this goes here. This is
Yeah.
for your saving. Like she was trying to teach me money management.
Yeah.
And I was
yeah.
like 5 years old, dude.
I know, but
Listen,
what she do with the tax? The taxes she took.
She just kept it there. Like, but
Yo.
then that never like that only lasted for like, you know how people get hyped for a minute and then they don't continue doing it.
Well, if any kids are listening to this podcast with their parents, make sure you tell your parents taxation is theft.
I'm gonna tell my mom. I'm be like, yo, you were taxing me.
You were stealing from me, Mom.
Yeah. You caught a jerk.
That's so funny.
Oh man, good stuff.
That's funny, man. Now you know what the best part of it is man, like kids still like want to watch Marvel movies with me and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they still want to go out and do things, you know, and that's
that's like a special thing. Like, nah, I gotta go with pops.
I
Like,
enjoy that, bro. I enjoy that because like at 22, 21, I wasn't thinking about hanging out with my parents and going to watch a movie. You know what I mean? And I love my parents. I got a good relationship, but I wasn't thinking of doing that. You know what I mean? So like when the kids are like, yo, let's go watch this, let's go watch that, boom, let's go. That made me feel so good, you know, like, yo, they still want to hang out with the old dude, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It is. What else we got?
Yeah, so enough of that, because that wasn't even the topic.
Word.
No, but that was a good segment right there. You know what I mean? We got we got your boy Rittenhouse. Let's talk about that.
We're supposed to get a verdict today. What happened?
I don't know.
Come on, you know that's not gonna come out.
What do you mean?
That's gonna take a little while.
They're talking
They
about
say 6 o'clock, and then they keep delaying it and pushing it back. You know, the jurors got to all come together and agree.
But they already
to some kind of verdict.
dismissed something, no?
No, they're trying to get like a mistrial or something like that. I don't know what it's called. But
okay. I thought they had dropped one of the charges.
Oh, they did, the gun charge. They
Okay,
did.
okay.
They dropped the gun charge. Yeah,
Gotcha.
but the defense is asking for a mistrial because the prosecution didn't give him like the full video that they used, the drone video.
Okay.
They gave him like 360p, not 4K, right? And so I guess there's things that well, obviously because it's 4K, you can see. So there was things that they weren't aware of. So they're saying like that they were withholding evidence from them.
So I read something that I guess people were making fun of. That they were saying that they brought an iPad and that supposedly because of Apple software, like this was their argument. Apple software just didn't let you like see things clearly or whatever. Like, is this what you're referring to?
No, the file that they
No,
got was
okay.
actually even smaller.
Oh, okay.
The file was much smaller than the original 4K file. So That's what I read.
Gotcha.
That was specifically about that the file was a lot smaller.
Gotcha.
And so to me, because I do video, obviously it's not full res.
Right. Did you see that photo of? I'm not sure if he's a prosecutor or the defendant, but he had a picture of the gun and obviously breaking all the rules and all that stuff when it comes to gun safety.
That was the prosecution. Yeah.
Prosecution. Wow.
Yeah, it was. I was watching it. When it happened.
So he was holding the AR, pointing it, right?
He was
finger on the
he grabbed he grabbed the AR, and then he said that he asked one of the cops to check it, right? And they checked it, but the problem with there's all kinds of wrong with what happened. He should have checked it himself, right? The bolt shouldn't have been pulled back, because when the bolt is pulled back, when it's closed the way that it was, the way that you see it, that means that it's charged, it's ready to fire, right? So it didn't have a magazine, but you don't know if there's a round in the chamber because the bolt is pulled back. You're not supposed to have a finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. You're not supposed to point the firearm at anything you don't intend to shoot and you don't intend to kill or destroy. So there was just all kinds of things that he did wrong with that.
Who was he pointing at?
He was pointing it at the jury.
Wow.
And so what a lot of lawyers are saying is that was wrong, because he was basically trying to get an emotional reaction from them, right? So that they can be in the position and feel like, oh, this is what those people who got shot.
But it's not illegal.
Well, yes, it is. You can't point a weapon at somebody. That's a crime. It might be a misdemeanor. I don't know what category it is, but it's a crime. You go outside and point a firearm at somebody and let's see what happens.
No, I'm not. Obviously, I'm saying the settings are different. No, because he's
It don't
trying to prove
matter.
a point. He's trying to prove a point, though.
Right.
So with him doing that, I don't see how that would be.
It's still
illegal.
irresponsible. It's still irresponsible. Look at what happened with your man recently. What's his name?
No, for sure.
Alec
Definitely.
Yeah.
Irresponsible. Yeah. I agree with you there. But let's say he had checked out all the gun safety rules.
You still don't.
And
point
he
a
still
weapon
did
at
that.
anybody. Yeah, you still don't point a weapon. Like when it comes to gun safety, you don't ever point a weapon at anybody. Like that's why. Like if you see, well, movies aren't the best example, but if you see like any gun training videos or anything like that, the weapon is always pointed to the ground or in the air. Like it's called flagging. When you point a weapon at somebody, if you flag them, like that's dangerous, because you can accidentally, it could discharge and you can kill somebody. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you always run that precaution, and you always train to not flag people and to not have your finger on the trigger until you're ready to pull the trigger.
Gotcha.
So but
you don't play with guns.
They were saying that it was I heard a lot of lawyers saying that was what's the word I'm looking for? Basically that it was wrong for him. It was unethical for him to try to draw that emotion from the jury, right? Because in doing that, it's not about the facts anymore, but how they felt when that weapon was pointed at them.
Gotcha.
Which is a good point.
Facts over feelings.
What does pointing a gun have anything to do with anything?
Yeah.
Like,
another thing. That? Yeah. Sorry. Another thing that went a little, I guess, viral was his Kyle's testimony.
Right. Yeah. I heard a lot of people commenting because, so he broke down. I think he had a mental breakdown. A lot of people are saying that he was fake crying. There was no tears. He was just doing it because he didn't want to go to prison.
But there was pictures of tears, right? You had showed it, right? Like there was,
because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, there's no tears," and then I showed them the tear, and then like, "Oh, well, he was faking it." Well, okay, move the goalpost, but if you don't, I can't judge the man's heart, right? I don't know if he's look, when I got arrested, I cried because of the potential consequences of my actions. I didn't want to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that dude. I'm not a tough guy. So, but that brought me to repentance. You know what I'm saying? The consequences of my actions, right? Thinking of what the consequences could be, brought me to repentance. So to say that he's only crying or he was only doing that because he don't want to go to prison, that might be true. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean that there isn't any repentance in his heart. We don't know what God is doing. Personally, I think I think he I think it was a mental breakdown because dude had PTSD, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he went there, according to his testimony, he went there to help people, to provide medical aid. And then this dude tells him that he's gonna kill him and he starts chasing him. You know what I'm saying? And then he hears gunshots. And so he turns around, the dude's right behind him, and he has to put 4 in him. Right. And then you hear a crowd say, "Get him." And he starts running, and a mob starts chasing him. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then it was like a code word, right? Like Maverick or something like that, or
They said cranium.
something like,
they said cranium.
yeah, like that means kill him.
That means that means.
And we seen videos of other BLM riots where people have protested against them, and they get beat down.
Bad.
Remember that one dude that he was like crippled? Did he die? That one guy?
What do you mean?
That he was like on the floor, curled up.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened to him, man. But they beat him down, bro. They beat him down. I don't know what happened to him.
That was terrible. His
but
hand
okay,
was
so
twisted.
even that, like prior to that day that he showed up, right, to that what happened in Kenosha, there was already rioters out there with ARs, similar weapons that he had, and they were busting at cops. They were burning cop cars. They weren't just burning buildings and breaking into buildings. They were burning cop cars. They were doing all kinds of like chaotic stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this is the climate, right? This is the climate. So, and then you got dudes chasing you, telling you, you know, the cranium or whatever, and then a dude hits you with a one dude hits you with a skateboard. Another dude tries to grab your weapon, and then another dude points a Glock at your face. Like, that's traumatic, bro. Like I've had
out there.
son, I've been shot at. I've been chased in parking lots. People point a shotgun at me. People point a pistol at me. That's traumatic, bro. That's traumatic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So like to
you,
say
do
like
you
that,
think
these
that,
tears.
That he should have been there?
Do I think he should have been there? That's a tough question. Evil prevails when good men do nothing.
Okay.
You know,
what does that mean?
Well, that means that that means that these riots have been going on for a couple of days. The cops had already like stood back and not protected people and property, right? So this was his community. His family had business there, right? He had family there, even though he lived like maybe 15, 20 minutes away, which people say, oh, he crossed state lines. But yeah, that's like going from New York to New Jersey. Like, it's not, you know, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
the dude that got shot, right? You sent that too. That was interesting. The dude that got killed, he traveled farther, right?
Not the dude,
riot, right?
The dude that was killed, the first dude that was killed, he was from Arizona, or he got released from Arizona, from prison in Arizona. I'm not quite sure if he lived there or if he got released from prison there. But he's from Arizona. The dude who caught one in the arm, he traveled 45 minutes away. So he was a lot further than Kyle was. You know?
Right.
But so going back to your question, nobody was doing anything to protect people of the community. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what do? You allow outsiders to come to your community and destroy it, or do you take a stance? A lot of people don't take a stance. You know what I mean? Some people do, you know. So, you know, I don't know,
so
man.
That's what transpired, that whole situation. Because it was a friend that needed help, right? To kind of guard their business, right?
From what I understand, he was invited by somebody. I don't believe that the owners extended an invitation. I'm not clear on that.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe the owner did, maybe the owner didn't. But I know that his friend invited him, and he didn't cross state lines with a firearm. His friend loaned him a firearm, and his friend lived in that community. You know.
Now they dismissed the whole gun charge because is there because of new law that's in
No,
there that
it's an old law that they have. The thing is that they make exceptions for kids between
minors.
minus 16 to 18. So the law says that anyone under 18 can't have a dangerous weapon or something like that. I don't remember what the terminology is, but you can't have a dangerous weapon. But they make an exception if you're between the ages of 16 and 18 if you have a rifle, because it's a hunting community, you know. So that's why they dropped the charge, because you can open carry. You can open carry a rifle. Yeah, you can open carry a rifle if you're between the ages of 16 and 18. But the people who make that argument that he crossed state lines and, you know, illegally or whatever, like half of them haven't even looked into the case. And the other half don't make mention that the dude, Gage, who got his bicep shot, he didn't even have a permit. He didn't have a concealed carry permit for his weapon, you know. So they ignore that part, you know what I mean? But they make the argument against Kyle, you know. So I think that there has to be. Me personally, I don't think I don't think nobody should be required to have a permit or a license for a firearm. But you know, I have extreme views.
Yeah, but that's good that you mentioned that, because I saw the post with the whole the judge dismisses the gun charges, right? And you see that, like, it's almost like there's a narrative that's pushed, right? And then when that narrative is pushed, people are like, oh, you see, he's working for Kyle's favor, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not really knowing like what the laws are like and what is required, like how you just explained it, like breaking it down so that people understand, well, yeah, this is what the law is, and he had a rifle for hunt that was considered a rifle for hunting, and that's why he was able to. That's why they were able to dismiss those dangerous weapon charges, right? So, but if you read just the headline, judge dismisses gun charges, right? You're gonna, oh man, yeah, I knew it. They against us or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, and it's crazy. You know what's crazy to me is that, like, I see a lot of people of color, right? Like really upset about this, right? Like, and it's like, you know that he killed two white people, right? Like, he didn't kill a Spanish person or a black person, you know what I mean? But they're making it's like they're trying to make it into a race issue, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy to me.
I guess the only reason I would see why they feel that way is because it's at a BLM protest, you know what I'm saying? So it, you know, the whole protest is supposed to,
it was a
riot, right? Yeah, let's say that, because if we look at what the pictures show, businesses were ran down. It was
dudes
crazy.
Was out there shooting, you know what I mean? Not just Kyle. Dudes was out there shooting. Dudes was out there setting fire to things, like
loitering.
Who are you? What are you protesting, dog? Yeah, what is the car
I could get
dealership
why
have to do with
people
anything?
why people feel like, oh, they were standing for BLM and this is, I don't know, some kind of racism in their mind, not in my mind, because how I think is not how the, you know,
right.
But I can see
I don't
how
get it. I can't relate. I don't get
how they get that correlation.
I don't get it, man. You know what I mean? Because you point a weapon at somebody, expect them to shoot back. You know, like, that's why you don't point weapons at nobody. You know.
Yep. That's a fact.
That's why I be in the house, bro. That's why I don't leave the house.
Bro, it's crazy now, man. It's just like just the other day, there was my wife told me that she knows someone whose husband got killed, and they had it on the news, like, because they wanted his chain. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
crazy.
they were robbing him for his chain.
Go ahead.
And I guess the one dude that he was with ran.
Yeah.
And that's when they pointed and shot the gun. So he ran because he didn't want to get shot, and he got shot in his chest.
Dang.
Instead. You know what I'm saying?
They just
like
shot
just chilling.
somebody
And this
out
is
here.
5 p.m. This is just 5 p.m. in the afternoon, just chilling.
Same thing happened out here, bro. Some dude was with his family, his wife and 2 kids, and went to go get some tacos. Dudes pulled up and they're like, "Yo, where you from?" Before he could even answer, they shot him, killed him. Died in front of his wife and kids, man. And he wasn't even about this that life. His brother and his sister were on TV like, "Yo, like he wasn't even about that, you know." And one of the dudes who they interviewed, the news interview, the guy who, like, you know, I guess the testimony, right? He was a witness. Him too. He was like, he didn't even look like he was, you know, like he was banging another. He looked like a regular dude. He's like a family man. And before he could even answer, they shot him. Like, they didn't even give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? It's a cold world, man.
Identity.
It's a cold world. I don't know. It's a cold world, though, man.
I mean, that's what scripture tells us, right? Like, hearts of many will grow cold. And it just gets worse because when you see it, you become desensitized in a way. Sometimes you can't even watch it because you're just like, you want to kind of keep that innocence for yourself because you're just like, yo, I see videos all day and stuff like this.
All day, bro. Especially on Telegram.
Hood. Yeah. Telegram, Instagram, all over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like bad news.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad news all over.
Facts.
And when you think about your family and you see somebody, especially with the kids, man, like, you already know, not having a father.
Right.
That's one of the toughest things people can go through. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Or a mother.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we'll see, man. Hopefully we get the verdict. They might be holding the verdict till Friday, huh?
Yeah, they're gonna.
So that businesses might be closed down and stuff like that. Because they said they got the National Guard ready. Any event that people start rioting again.
More riots?
What do you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think the outcome might be?
I think it's gonna be not guilty.
On all charges?
He's gonna be acquitted. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that the prosecution didn't do a very good job. I don't think they did a convincing job. The burden of proof is on them, not on the defense. You know, they have to prove that he went out there and, you know, and intentionally went there to hurt somebody. When the people you shot, like, you running away from the people that you shot, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is it that you was not some crazy lone shooter out there? You know what I mean? You were trying to avoid the situation multiple times, you know what I mean? And he only shot when he felt threatened. There was times that he showed restraint, you know. He didn't shoot everybody out. It wasn't like he was lighting up the whole block. It wasn't like this was O Block, you know what I mean? And he just light up the whole block with the Draco. You know, he showed restraint. You know, so
but
I think he's gonna be acquitted.
There's some people that had that argument though with about race, like, yo, if he was black and he did this, it would have been a wrap for him. It would have been automatic. Because he's white, he's
I don't know of any
more lenient.
Yeah, I don't know of any cases where it was kind of the same scenario.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying I don't know a scenario similar to this where a kid is being chased down, he's running for his life, and the only time he pulls the trigger is when he has to. You know, I just can't think of any. I'm sure there might be a circumstance like that, but there was a situation in Texas with a kid. He shot one of his classmates. He said because he was being bullied because he had nice clothes. The dude's out on bail. He's a black kid. You know what I mean? This is in Texas. So, you know, you see what you want to see.
He shot and killed the kid.
He shot and killed the kid, and I think and there was a girl who was hurt, but I don't know if he shot her intentionally or if the bullet went through the kid. But there was there was 2 victims. right? One is dead, and one the other one got hurt. So I heard people too saying like, oh, if that was that was a black man out there with a rifle, the cops would have shot him down. Well, that's not true either, because you remember what's that dude's name? Remember when last year when like there was that movement, a bunch of black dudes dressed in black, they were going to like different cities, and there was like 100 of them with rifles.
It was like a militant.
Yeah,
joint.
none of them got shot. They was out there with rifles. Yeah, I mean, look more militant than this kid. You know what I'm saying? None of them got shot. None of them got arrested. Actually, 2 people got shot, but it was because of friendly fire, or because of negligence, I should say. Because they weren't paying attention and they weren't handling their weapons properly, but they weren't shot by cops or anybody else. So I don't know if I agree with that. I'd have to see like a side-by-side case where you can kind of compare. I don't want to compare like apples and oranges.
Yeah. Well, let's see, man. Let's see what happens. I know they had some they put up like a meme. It was him at a bar, and I guess he was throwing up like some white power signs, and he was saying I'm free or something like that, or free as F or something like that. And then they showed
his shirt said that.
Then they had another image of him crying in the court, and they're like, he's like this 1 minute, and then when he's in court, he's like this. So I laugh. I mean, I find those things funny. I don't always agree. I don't always. I like to gauge people to see what they think about it, because sometimes I don't have a real opinion on it. I'm just like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I saw that too.
Hopefully they made the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the funny thing is like that ain't even like a white power sign. You know what I'm saying? That's like a meme from 4chan that they started, right?
Yeah.
It's the okay sign. Like, who doesn't do the okay sign?
Yeah.
And that was a sign. That was a sign that the Proud Boys adopted, right? So a lot of them do it, and the Proud Boys is a multicultural club. You mentioned that they have factions that are racist, but that just hasn't been my experience from like the channels on Telegram and on Instagram and stuff like that. I haven't seen anything like that.
Yeah, there's like one group. I forgot where they're from. I don't know if it's Detroit or Wisconsin, something. And they're like considered racist, but they like openly speak out about that. Like, yeah, we for white power and stuff like that.
And the Proud Boys?
Yeah, they're supposedly like it's kind of like a rebellion kind of group. Like, I guess they were Proud Boys, and they kind of.
Oh, okay. So they probably got. So it sounds like they probably got kicked out because they were racist, and then they're like, okay, we're the new reformed
Proud Boys,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like, we're the real Proud Boys.
Right, I get you. Okay. Yeah, man. And that sucks because then now everybody thinks that the Proud Boys are racist, and I'm sure there might be some in their organization, but a lot of them aren't. They have a lot of people of color in their group.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, man. It's because everything nowadays is like if I don't disagree with you, all I gotta say is that you're racist. I mean, if I don't agree with you, all I gotta say is that you're racist, and that kind of dismisses everything about you, brings everything into question.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is racist. It's we in times where there's a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of it's because a lot of people pick sides. I noticed this, that if people like someone or believe in them,
right,
they rock with everything they do. Right? It's like MAGAs, right? Like, and not all MAGAs, but some MAGAs that are like hardcore. It's like Trump could do no wrong.
Right.
Everything Trump has ever done is just like, look at what he's done. And then it's like always criticize the opposite end and never criticize your side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I can't live like that. Like, I got friends that be like, yo, like like there be people that be like, yo, you don't be showing loyalty. And I'm like, why? Because I'll tell you that you wrong. If I feel you wrong, I'm gonna let you know, yo, I think you're wrong. I might not be right.
Right.
But if I feel like it's wrong, it's wrong.
See, I feel like that's
too,
loyalty. Yo, I feel like that's loyalty.
Like my wife too. Like my wife has gotten into arguments. Let's say she argued with her baby daddy, right? And I tell her, you was wrong for that. Oh, you always picking his side. No, I'm not always picking his side. I just feel like you was wrong for the way you approach it.
I'm on the side of righteousness and truth. You know what I'm saying?
Like, right.
It don't matter who it is, you know. And if I'm wrong, like I need you to point it out. You know what I mean?
I gotta get checked too.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, the tough part for people is to be humble enough to say, "Dag, all right," you know, or even consider it, right? Because sometimes my point of view may not be right. You know, we talked about it earlier. Like, you know, you might think, yo, my wife's wilding, or my wife, you know what I'm saying? And you're bugging the whole time when you ask. That's why it's good to have in the multitude of counsel, there's safety, right?
Facts.
So it's always good to have people around you who you can speak with and toss back this. Like, that's why we got this podcast, right? Because we don't always agree on everything, but we toss ideas. Some things we don't even have a view and opinion about. We just keep it open-ended. Some things we disagree about. Some things, a lot of things we agree about. You know what I'm saying? It just really depends. But it keeps...
True.
And it's good that there's disagreement. You know, I know sometimes us as believers, I used to think like that. Oh, why as Christians don't we believe, we don't agree with everything. Like everything is not one unit. But sometimes it's good to have that. You know, the disciples disagreed. You know what I'm saying? They had,
and they walked with Jesus.
They had, But even when Paul, like, they had the council of when they met with James, and they were talking about how do we deal with the Gentiles, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Paul and Barnabas had
Peter had to get checked. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this just shows you how imperfect man is, and how much of grace and how good God is. Because once you notice that,
let's go preach.
Me as a human being, I don't set the standard like I should all the time.
I'm trash, bro. That's why I need a savior. I'm trash.
And once we realize that, then we realize how good God is. We're like, yo, God is perfect, man. And as long as we stay in his word and we follow what he says, we'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. You preaching now.
Shaba. I haven't said Shaba in a minute.
Nah. So go ahead and pass the plate. You know what I mean? If you're watching this, you know what I mean? Make sure that you become a member, hit the thumbs up button, all that good stuff.
So I think that's it, right? I think that's all we got for today.
That's all you got? Nah, we got one more.
We
got two more.
We got more?
Oh,
what
I
happened?
know one more. Nah, we got John Hagee's Cornerstone Church chanting "Let's go, Brandon."
Let's go, Brandon.
Isn't that a MAGA term?
Wow.
Ain't that a MAGA term?
Yeah, so it's a trolley replacement of F Joe Biden.
Yeah, it is.
Which,
I mean, why is it got to be
Republicans
exclusive? Why is it got to be exclusive to MAGAs, bro? I think anybody could use that. There's a lot of people who have remorse, right? Regret for voting for Biden. His approval rating is down to like 30% right now, I think. I think it's lower than Trump's first year.
Yep.
Anybody could say it, man. Embrace it, man. Go ahead. Say it.
I'll be honest. I don't see no difference. I don't see no difference.
Yeah, I don't think
the president I had before and the president I got now, I don't see no difference.
I agree. They're all tyrants. I agree. They're all tyrants.
My check is the same.
Right.
Oh, I mean, there's a difference because of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the mandates and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
But that's your state though. That ain't really. It don't matter who. That's your state.
Right. Because you go to certain states,
people argue that if Trump was still president, there wouldn't be, these federal mandates or all this stuff. But we don't know, right? We don't know.
We don't know. And okay, so there wouldn't be federal mandates possibly because Biden has had press conferences about imposing these mandates, right? I don't know that he signed anything that makes it legit or makes it legal, but he has been an advocate for them. But for me, my state was most restrictive during Trump's presidency. Like the whole year we were on lockdown. We outside right now.
Yeah, but that's because your state.
Exactly.
He left it up to the governors.
Exactly.
And all that stuff.
Exactly, and that's why I said in the beginning is because of your state, is because of our state. So I don't think anything would have changed.
But Jimmy got a point, right? Because he was listening to Fauci as well, right? And he kept.
He never fired him.
Down.
He never fired him. He could have fired him. He never fired him.
States, right? And he was talking, I want to open up and but he never did. He a week after saying that, he was on some, we're gonna have to lock down and pass a stimulus and all this stuff that he didn't want to do, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So,
but he passed that.
We would have to see. He would have to be in that. I mean, how many? Yeah.
So it's no different. Like going back to your point, it's no different.
I just don't see no difference.
I agree with you.
In your way of life,
my way of life, but I never did. I never.
Have you been at the pump?
Oh, you want to talk about that? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
that.
I
know where you're gonna go.
I got into a conversation with somebody because of this on Instagram because it was like, oh, it's the Bidens and the communist liberals and this and that. I was like, okay. I was like, but your man, he's like, this wouldn't have happened under Trump, and I was like, yeah, but your man printed all that bread and he didn't do the OPEC deal, right? And then what else did he said, but Biden shut down one of the pipelines,
Keystone,
right? Yeah. But isn't that since we're on the topic, we got to go back to John Hagee, but since we're on the topic, aren't those pipelines tar sands?
What's that? Tarzan?
Tar sands.
Oh, I'm not sure what that is.
So these pipelines don't transport crude oil, or they don't transport oil.
It's natural gas, no?
From what I understand, no. It's the waste from fracking. And so they take that and then they.
Why do they call it a pipeline then?
Well, it's a pipeline. It's a pipe, and it's a long line of a pipe that transports this waste, right? And so from what I understand, I could be wrong. Please correct me. Comment below. Link some videos or whatever. From what I understand, those pipelines don't affect our gas, right? Our gas prices. Okay. And one of the main reasons why the prices are high as well is because of the storm that happened in Texas last year. Do you remember the big blizzard that they had and all the refineries that had to shut down for all that time and they had to repair and do all that? So that affected the gas prices as well, from what I understand. So there's a lot of variables, man.
Of course.
And these things happened last year under someone else's presidency. So
don't people have the argument that what is it, because of staff, right? Because of short staff. Because like where are we getting this gas from? We getting it from here, or we getting it, or we outsourcing it?
I just heard something on talk radio today that most of our gas comes from, number 1, Mexico, 2, Saudi Arabia, and 3, Canada.
Oh, okay. Because I know someone that works like in logistics.
Yeah.
And the ports are backed up. Like they don't have enough people in staff.
I don't understand that because people want to work.
What they're saying because of the mandates, because they got mandates and they won't let people work. They got ships out in the sea that can't come in. That my uncle who works logistics, he's like, usually it takes 3 days. He says now it takes 12 days for each ship before they even,
because they're understaffed, because people need to be forced to get the jab. Is that why? So they're short staffed?
I think it's because of short staff on our end, where people coming in and whatever logistics stuff that they have to do to check them in and check the ships or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm saying why are we short staffed? Because there's not enough vaccinated people to work the ports. Is that
why? I don't know. Some people have said it's because of the mandates. I can't say for sure. Like, yo, that's the reason why.
I get it.
I heard that just said, nah, they've been cutting those dock jobs for years.
Okay. So okay. So this was inevitable then? Is that it? If they're cutting jobs, is that the demand just got too big to keep up? Because I heard Florida isn't having problems with their ports. Port of Miami's still getting them packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And then he said they add more work to the remaining workers. I know someone who worked at the port.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that
LNF need to pull up on one of these episodes,
for real,
man.
He did.
He really did though.
Anniversary.
That's right. He did. He did bless us with his presence. So going back to go ahead. You were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, John Hagee.
Yo, for real.
Chanting.
Let's go. I didn't think he was still around, bro. I thought, forgive me, but I really thought he had passed already, because his son is like on TV, right?
Yeah, I think his son is a pastor now. No.
Well, that's why I thought he had passed, and then your man's like 500 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, he might have like already,
Well,
God bless him. You know what I mean? I didn't know. So when you drop this in the chat, right, for potential topic, I was like, wait, he's still alive? Like he's still doing. I remember seeing him on TVN where he would do like he would do like these big presentations on the revelation and the end times and all that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch those all the time.
And it's funny because he was like considered one of the most solid ones on TVN, right? Because you had everybody else, but then it was like, oh, John Hagee is more biblical or more solid.
I used to watch Hagee. What's your man? Rob Parsley.
Wow,
Rob Parsley. Yep.
Yeah, Rob Parsley. Who else I used to watch? I don't remember. It'll come to me. Jesse Duplantis.
Creflo.
All them dudes. No, I wasn't really too much into Creflo or the other. What's the other? Kenneth Copeland. I wasn't really too much into. There was an old lady I used to watch. Her and her daughter. I forgot what her name was.
Joyce Myers.
Occasionally, but not her. Somebody else. Hickey. Marilyn Hickey. That's her name, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Never heard of her.
Is that her name or not?
No, I don't know. Like I said, never heard of her.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is her. Yep.
I thought you were gonna say Paula White.
But like TBN, that's all we had. That's all we had, right? Like
that was it, bro.
And it's crazy because like when you think about it, you're like, yo, y'all really promoted this to us? Like y'all let this.
What you mean they promoted? They still do.
Because you got your man like what's his name? Peter Popoff. Like,
right.
Come on, like as a believer, you should be like, yo.
Charles Stanley.
Charles Stanley. Now he been known for being solid.
Yeah. He's still on the radio. I listen to him occasionally. They didn't have no Piper, no McCarthy.
Rick Warren.
Did they have Rick Warren? They didn't have no Rick Warren.
Nah, they didn't have a Rick Warren.
Yeah, they
didn't have Piper either.
He had his purpose. Piper, nah,
never.
But that's the thing, when YouTube started coming out and then we started seeing other pastors who were preaching like reformed theology and all that good stuff.
That was Yeah, it was an easy transition for me because I was already listening to Reform CHH. Right, all CHH was Reform. I just didn't know it. I didn't know what Reform was. So, you know when I hear Lecrae talking about Piper or Crossmoon talking about the Truth talking about Oswald Chambers, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, let me look these dudes up, you know. But anyway, that's crazy, bro. It's crazy how TV.
So I didn't even know what Let's Go Brandon was until the other day. I asked Jay, I'm like, what? Because y'all put it as a topic. I'm like, what is that? Like, I always hear it.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a Bryson Gray song that.
It is.
I mean, he did make a song.
That went viral. I thought that went viral, and that's how it started.
No, so it started because it was like at a you know, one of those racetrack NASCAR right? type of. Okay, so you're familiar, yeah. So they were interviewing somebody, and the crowd was saying F Joe Biden, F Joe Biden. The reporter's like, oh, look, everybody's saying let's go Brandon. And it just became a troll like this, you know, like this chick is lying, trying to protect them. Like, we're going to run with it. And they ran with it. So now it's a thing. Like, there's t-shirts, there's songs, multiple songs, music videos, all that.
Crazy.
I'm with it. I'm with it. When I went to that protest, against
you was like F Joe Biden?
The city man. Yo, I'm let's go Brandon, but I'm also, you know, FDT too. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I like what's your man's name? I forgot what his name is. Who did that song? Who did that song?
Who? Bryson?
FDT.
Oh,
YG.
YG, yeah, and YG. I'm all that. I'm equal opportunity. You know what I mean? I just like both sides. Everybody gets to smoke.
Oh man.
Jimmy. Right.
But yeah, so what y'all think about that? What y'all think about in your church? They start saying let's go Brandon.
Was it John Hagee who started it, or was it just people in the
No, it was just people in the crowd.
Yeah, I mean the church is gonna say what they're gonna say, man.
And it wasn't even like it was. I mean, maybe there was some of his church members, but they were like at a conference. So obviously, in a conference, you invite other people, you know, into your church to do whatever.
Yeah,
and then it started going off.
That's wild, man.
That's cool. Yeah. I'm cool with it. I'm cool. Like I feel like I need to visit that church now. You know, and they need to keep the same energy in 2024.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these pastors are the same ones who saying, "Oh, you what is it? Romans 10, you know what I'm saying? You got to submit to your authority and you got to respect who God put in place in charge of our country, our covering, and this and that, right? When it's their dude, right? But when it's the other guy, they want to be saying, let's go, Brandon. Nah, keep that same energy, bro. Let's go. You know, let's call tyranny, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yo, turn into InfoWars.
Hit him with the
Now we got one more.
What else we got?
That's it. Your man Switch wants to know. Wait, so what do you think? You think John Hagee? Hold on, let's go back. Do you think John Hagee should have said something to stop? His son should have stopped it, or been like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah, I guess he could have been like, hey, this is not the place for that, or you know, we know that whatever's going on, but nah, we're not doing that here.
We're not doing that here?
Yeah, type of thing, I think.
But he didn't like chant it himself either, though, right?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. What do you think, Switch? You think he should have been like, nah, stop it?
Yeah,
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I'm not really for the politics in the church. I mean, if you don't want to talk about it and that's your stance. I mean, you had A.R. Bernard, right, who's considered like a solid individual who had the the New York, was it governor?
Governor. She's the new governor.
Kathy, the new governor, she was
Yeah.
talking about getting
Oh,
back.
that's right. That's right.
So, I just feel like there's a time and place for everything, and I don't, but hey, if your church
about
feels that way and everybody's Democrat or Republican, I just feel like we need to respect others, because not every, you know what I mean? If I go to church, not everybody there is a Democrat or Republican or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of causes division between us, because it's like, let's go, Brandon, and this is our
you voted for
man,
him?
and Trump is the savior, and this is the guy who's going to save us from the evil that's happening in America and all over the world.
They do be saying that. Right.
Hey, man,
He's gonna stop the evil cabal.
I don't completely.
No, that's
feel
fair.
that.
That's fair. I get it. Yeah, it definitely, because there's a time and place for everything, right? And this was like a regular Sunday service.
Who knows? That's the thing. I don't have the details. I don't know if that's like, it was just like a rally for that, or it was just like a regular church.
It was like a conference.
You did say that. You did say that.
Yeah.
Well, man,
I got the
listen,
video. I got the video here.
Oh, you got it?
But Matt, Hagee's pro MAGA then.
Yeah, so he's known to be on the side Republican.
Oh,
or
okay,
side of Trump, whatever.
That makes sense then.
That makes sense.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but
you gotta add it.
Are you guys able to see this?
You haven't added it.
I can see it. You gotta add it. Add it to the screen.
Listen,
hold on.
If your church is about keeping the same energy, please invite me. But if your church is only criticizing one side, like, I'm not cool with that.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see if this adds it or not. All right. And we'll hit play.
It's lit.
Now
it's lit.
It's wild. That's wild.
It's lit.
Yeah, but they make it sound like they're at a stadium, and you know how they do the little chants or whatever. Jeez. You know what I was thinking too? I was thinking like maybe they edited that into that clip to make it seem like they were saying that. Because that could be
possible.
It could be.
It's possible.
Yeah, but the article I got it from, they seem sort of reputable. That it might be.
Has John Hagee responded or anything like that? Has he made a
great
statement?
question? I did not check that. Did not check.
Okay, we got to follow up on this.
Definitely.
All right, cool. So if you invite TNC to your church for an outreach, just make sure that y'all keep the same energy, because we're equal opportunity when it comes to the smoke, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I ain't trying to hear that in my church. I ain't trying to come to church and hear "Let's go, Brandon."
Oh, so
it's funny. It's funny though. I ain't going front. It's funny.
Yo, so y'all know Mark Burns?
No.
So it looks like he's a black pastor who was the one who started the chant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
He's the one who started the chant. Imagine your pastor get up there. That's
like,
wild.
come on, guys, yell it.
Let's go.
Now, if you at a Trump rally or you're at somewhere else and you want to go ahead and say that, that's your priority.
Oh yeah, they say it all the time though.
Facts. It's a thing.
Yeah. I think there was one time Biden was actually speaking, and they started yelling it while he was there.
That's insane.
Yeah. But anyway, what's the word of the day?
Yeah.
You got a word?
Word of the day is Ephesians 3, 4, and 6. It says, when you read this is Paul speaking, you can perceive my insight into the mystery of Christ, which was not made known to the sons of men in other generations, as it has been revealed to his holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit. The mystery is that the Gentiles are fellow heirs, members of the same body, and partakers of the promise in Christ Jesus through the gospel.
Praise God.
Praise God. So I like that scripture. I picked that. I seen that, and I was just thinking about how, him saying like how this wasn't revealed in any other generations, and how blessed we are. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jay were kind of talking about this, like, yo,
Hey, y'all having Bible study at the office?
Nah, we were just talking like, would it be harder, right, to believe if Christ was around? You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of like saying like, yo, we kind of blessed because we don't really see, right? Like we never seen Christ physically, right?
Right.
But we seen him in our life, right? And we seen the goodness that God has done in our life and experienced, and we still believe, you know what I'm saying? And there are people during that generation that experienced miracles and things.
They saw it.
and
They saw it,
still
bro.
didn't believe. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot of faith for us, and that's why it's so important for us to encourage each other, love each other, show each other God, so that we know, like, yo, God is real and still working. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Especially when the times we in now, where, you know, everybody's cold-hearted, everybody's blah. We coming off of this pandemic. Mental illness is real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a big one of those, because I know that's like the new thing, like mental illness, but you know, people are going through some things, man. Like, there's fear. It's crazy out there, man. So we blessed, man.
Absolutely. 100%.
Facts. With that being said, we want to thank everybody that's watching right now. Those of you that listen to the podcast on audio only, we really appreciate it. If you haven't already and you enjoyed this episode, give us a thumbs up. Helps us out. Get this video pushed out to more people and new people. So if you could do us that favor, that would be awesome. For our audio only listeners, if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave those reviews. It helps us out a ton. Hit that subscribe button. Share this episode with a friend, or share any other episode with a friend. You know, when you go on Sunday service and you go out and you get your little patelitos or whatever, you know, be sure to mention us. And yeah, make sure you get your merch at that'snotchristian.com. Don't forget about TNC deals. We're gonna be closing it up soon. So, and I know the holidays are coming. So if you like things half off or mispriced items, make sure you go check it out. Only on Telegram.
And you got to be quick, right? Because some of them joints, like, they're gone.
Yeah. So Ann was like yelling at me, I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, like, yo, stop sending stuff that the codes are expired and I can't get anymore. I was like, yo, bro, you took too long. You gotta be quick.
It was 2 days ago. I posted that 2 days ago.
No, it was a month ago. This guy. Anyway. So make sure you have notifications on, so that way you know when we post any deals and you're able to take advantage of that. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again. Keep us in prayer and have a blessed one.
Remember, y'all, let's go, Brandon.
Wow.
Yo, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We having a show next week?
Yeah, it's Wednesday. Thanksgiving is Thursday.
I thought I had a day off.